Welcome, horrible people, to the Horrorble Opinions podcast. As always, I'm your totally fresh with it, like ironclad, like locked, trapped memory. I'm gonna remember every fucking thing about this thing that we're gonna talk about today. I don't even worry about it. I'm here. Deal with it. Kenny.
Call me now for your free spirit reading.
Oh no! Miss Cleo! Oh no!
It's been too long.
Ryan,
Oh no!
I hear you, your boy, for your free Voodoo spirit reading. You got the teenage boy in the house now, don't you, Ryan?
No?
Oh, the spirits lied to me.
The spirits lie?
All right, we got Miss Cleo. Hi.
I went through the KFC drive-thru to order the Voodoo chicken buffet special.
How was it?
They didn't have it.
Did you try the chizza, Miss Cleo?
Man, I was like workshopping this bit like all day at work, and you know what? It's too funny. I can't do it.
You know it's good when you can't breathe when you're trying to say it.
That's maybe you can work up to it. And like this is part
Call
one.
me
Maybe
now. It's not even the right accent. It's supposed to be French.
Soon you're gonna turn into fucking Hermes in Futurama.
Well, he's at least Jamaican.
This is true.
These people are Haitian.
What are they Haitian on? This should be more lovin'. Who's our third host?
It's me. I too once got carried away and ruined something with a Cher song, Ryan.
What?
If I could turn back time.
Okay.
I could find a way.
If I could find a way, I'd take back everything that happened in this book, and there'd be no consequences.
Yeah, not everything. We'll get into that. Only to a certain point.
It's me,
Some
Papa
stuff's
Ginyu.
still- Oh, I like Papa Midnight.
I don't know what that is.
Papa Midnight
That's,
is Constantine.
Dude who runs... Yeah, there you go. Constantine.
Daniel.
Istanbul.
Constantine.
Constantinople.
Very good.
Yeah.
And you guessed it. We're reviewing.
The Good House.
The horny house.
It's a little horny.
Eh.
By the fantastic Tananarive Due. Is this your guys' first Tananarive book?
Might be my
Yes.
first book ever.
Feels like it.
I
for Daniel.
honestly, the time it took you, Daniel, I feel like it was.
There were no
So
pictures.
let's set the backdrop here, okay? So this is supposed to come out in Black History Month. I don't know when it's coming out now. Ryan had read the book. I have done the audio on it. This is actually the second time I did the audio on it because I've had this one for a while. Daniel buys this book. Bear in mind, keep in mind, we're doing this during Black History Month. He buys The Good House, and it's got nothing but white people on the cover of the book, and is surprised when it's not the right book. And then I think he just got mad and said, I'm not doing it, for about 2 weeks after that. And now he's finally been a good boy, and he's going to lead us through this entire episode in his Miss Cleo voice.
She's not even Jamaican.
What is Miss Cleo still alive?
Yeah, she's
If
still
I
alive.
Bing,
She's a
Did you bing it?
scamster is what she is. She's a fraudster.
did she make people feel better after they called her?
I don't know.
I assume it's got to have made someone feel better. So it doesn't matter if it's a scam, if they got satisfaction.
Well, yeah, because
out
it
of
was like credit card scam.
Oh, she did that? Oh.
This is like, you rarely talk to Miss Cleo. It was usually like a helper guy who would just spit some bullshit.
What do you got to do to actually get through Miss Cleo? Did you watch a documentary or something?
I listen to things, you know. That's what I do.
Tell me about your Miss Cleo pod, where you air out your grievances against Miss Cleo.
Fantastic. Call me now.
What Miss Cleo is nationwide, right? This isn't just like she wasn't like a Midwestern TV psychic, right?
No. Everyone knows.
Everyone knew Miss Cleo, yeah?
Yeah. And I feel like
Our audience will know.
probably the time this book takes place, I feel like the character probably went to her for some advice and was like, yo, I met this girl in the woods. And Miss Cleo was like, oh, yeah, she be the one you meant to be with.
Oh no! Miss Cleo,
I got
that's
the good
bad advice.
The cards are giving me good feeling about
Miss
could also
Cleo,
be
that's actually
the crab from Little Mermaid.
well, yeah, because that's one. It's one stereotyped accent.
Call
It's
me
any
now.
character from. Yeah, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time. Cool runnings. None of these are the same places, but they're used interchangeably for the same people. And Ryan's just happy to be
Do you
here.
know
I'm
it's
very
pronounced
happy to be here.
Vodo? Or is it Vodo? Voodoo?
I don't agree with the pronunciation that I hear of the word voodoo sometimes, unless they do the difference. But with voodoo, I've heard that, where it has like an N at the end. But like voodoo,
It's Vo.
vodo, voodoo,
Well, we
I don't
in the
know.
biz just shorten it to Vo, you know?
the vo. I got the V. Someone give me a sweet synopsis of the Good House, Daniel.
A multi-generational curse is upon this land, even. Yeah? And they gotta fight it. It's a tale
Well done,
of
Daniel. Good.
time.
Everyone clap for Daniel. Everyone clap. He's the freshest of all of us on this, and this is what he's got.
It's a tale as old as time. I mean I think that's a good little yeah. All right, that's what your book's kind of about.
What's
So let's get
what's
into
the
it.
back say?
Oh, you read it.
Yeah, there's a lot of words here. Horny is not mentioned once on the back of this book, but
It should
I
be.
feel like it should be.
What do we open with? Okay, look, we're in where's
1920s.
the town of Sacagawea? Oh, we open back in time.
Back in time.
This is in Oregon, right? Or is it Washington?
I'm gonna say Washington.
I think it's Washington. I think you're right. I think it's Washington.
I just know it's Sacagawea.
Sacagawea, Washington. It's nighttime. We got woman Mary Toussaint and her man. What's her man's name?
I think it's Marie.
What'd I say?
He said.
Mary.
Marie?
I thought he said Moron.
Marie Toussaint. She's married. They called him like something racist. I think his name was John. The town called him.
They call him Red John because he's Native
Red
American,
John.
but he's
Yeah,
one of the good ones.
Well, after some shenanigans, he becomes one of the good ones, just like Marie becomes one of the good ones. So, okay, we got Marie and we got John in Sacagawea, Washington.
Yeah, I want to say 1929, but we'll just say 1920. We'll just say 1920s. Might have been 24.
Look, old times.
Old times, 200 years ago.
Old times. The olden
Very old
times. They there's a banging on the door.
Okay, so there's banging on a door, and Marie and John, they've been harassed for a while, so don't really want to open that door. Like, people have taken shots at the door with shotguns. People have been shouting at them because she's the only, we'll say, black woman with property in this neighborhood, and they're not down with that.
Might even just be the only black person there too.
That could be.
The fact that she has property is astounding.
You're right.
And I mean, I guess we get into it more later. They maybe think the way that she got the property is not kosher.
I mean,
Some suspicions. I mean, it's literally the town sheriff is the one shooting up their front door most of the times.
yeah, and yet he's now there, one asking for help.
That's right. How quick the turntables.
Have turned. And so we find out there's been like a giant mudslide that's wiped out a whole bunch of like every other house in this area except for the good house where Marie is living. And they bring in this girl, and she's got this fever, and she's got the Linda Blair possession. Spirits are bad. And John's like, no, and she's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't recall the mudslide being directly attached to the fever girl.
They're not at the same time. Mudslide happened before.
It's like
Okay,
backstory.
okay. Yeah, those are both additional like things that endeared her to the town. So yeah, John's specifically saying, I don't remember if he say it in this. Like we flash back to the scene a couple times, I think. John's basically saying like you can't risk it all for this kid. Why would you risk it for these people anyway? But like you know the danger this puts you in. Like I know it, you know it. Like you can't do this. And she basically says, "No, I'm gonna fucking do it. It's a kid." But it turns out there might have been a slightly like more driving force behind that.
Because it's her fault.
It's because she's feeling guilty. I mean, I don't think she should feel guilty.
She unleashed the mudslide and the creature.
Justified.
Chris, but you know what? The town was shooting at her door. So, yeah. I'm okay with it.
They went a little further than that, too. I don't remember specifically what it was yet.
I think they shot through windows at some point.
They do something to her daughter?
No, this isn't A Time to Kill.
That's a good movie.
So, she does this thing to this child. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Right now, we don't know yet.
Girl.
We know it's a girl.
But we know, but
Angela will not know for a while. Right.
Okay, because we're smarter, because we know things.
We read the back of the book.
Hell yeah, we did. You read the last page first to know if you're going to like it. Don't do that. Psychopaths do that. Don't ever do that.
So we got this bad omen, and then we flash forward like 60 or 70 years, and now we got grandbaby Angela Toussaint, who is now in the house with her son Corey, and we'll say estranged husband Tariq.
They're kind of, maybe they're getting back, maybe they're not. I don't know, but we're all here. We're going to have a 4th of July party.
They're separated, but they're trying to make it. They're trying to get back.
And there's something about this property makes people real horny.
It's the horny house.
That's the horned up house.
And so what's going on in the house right now, Daniel?
4th of July party.
So what's the setup? What are people doing?
There's people dancing. I don't actually remember much, but they're conversing. They're having a party.
I'm trying to remember how much is revealed in this part from that part, because again, we go back to this party multiple times. Tariq and Angela, they're kind of playful bantering, but trying to get the thing together. Angela, I think, mentions like Tariq kind of scares her, like steps up into the room and like startles her, but it's not the only time she's felt scared.
She gets scared by him quite often
around him, which is not good. Like not in a like, oh haha fun, you scared me. Like
I think if like they made a movie of this, I think Idris Elba would kill it.
Oh man, if he had to go through doors,
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, and who wouldn't be horned up for Idris Elba?
Exactly.
All right, but who do you get to play Angela?
Mos Def.
Oh shit! I love Mos Def. He'd make a great Angela. He would.
So
He's
what
good.
else we got? He would.
So,
we got Tariq. He's like, I'm in charge of fireworks, but
the grill.
And the grill.
The grill.
So she's like Corey's telling his mom like his stomach hurts, so he doesn't
feel good.
He doesn't know if he's gonna stay for the fireworks, and that causes some tension.
He wants to avoid it.
Yeah, like we think he's trying to sneak out because he doesn't want to really be around. Because
he's acting weird.
You get the feeling that he and his mom don't have the best relationship.
It's a little stressed. Like, she doesn't seem to know how to talk to him in a way that he likes. He always feels like she's overbearing. Now, she did bail at one point to go pick up ice, I believe, and goes to the local convenience store or whatever that happens to still be open on the holiday. And the convenience store clerk spills the beans to her like, oh, there's a surprise for you at the party. And so she doesn't know what the hell that is.
The surprise is Miles.
Surprise is Miles, her first love.
Well,
okay. That she wasn't in love with that
If
person.
we're able to do takesy backsies, then sure.
Not her first partner. But
oh, I forgot about this.
yeah, I don't.
When a 13-year-old's in love with a man,
with your 20-year-old band leader.
It's so casually thrown in there too, and I'm just like, is that?
Now I've met this person, so it does happen.
Oh, I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Oh, grooming? I'm sure it happens all the time.
Not the. I didn't meet the groomer. I meant the other way.
I mean, heck, there's that story. Like, oh, I'm so lucky. I'm finally marrying my girlfriend of 4 years or whatever, and like they're there at her 18th birthday, and he's like 27 or some shit. It's like, oh no, met her at Bible study.
You were the hey.
Yeah, I mean that's
as the good Lord intended it. You gotta raise your wife.
If you think about it, life expectancy was a lot lower back then.
What? Well, Ryan met this person recently, so
what?
And yeah,
I assume
what?
The groomer or the groomed.
No, she said she was in high school, and the band leader was just like fresh out of college. So she was okay. We'll say she's 16 and he's, I don't know, 20 something.
Right, but this happened recently.
How could this happen recently?
What do you mean?
We've sang the Cher song and we've gone back in time, Daniel.
How recent do you think Ryan was in high school?
I don't know. But my point is,
These are a lot of
Those were
questions
the old
coming at him.
days. That's the olden times.
it's not that old.
Look at him.
I'm looking at him. He's still got hips. He can still dance.
I still got hips
Oh
and
my
nips. They're
Hips
sexy.
and nips. He
Hips
can
and-
keep
I'm
it
eating.
sexy.
Keep it.
He has
Keep it
to.
sexy. He can still get it on.
Oh yeah. Dun 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 dun.
The family dynamic is kind of weird at this party. There's definitely like, okay, well, mom and dad are kind of maybe trying to get back together, but maybe mom doesn't want to, but she's been fun and flirty with it. Corey seems off.
She's more
don't
than
know why.
fun and flirty with it.
I mean, they've been going to Pound Town,
Yeah, well, yeah.
but she's still like second guessing. Like, why should it do this? I don't know if they told us how long they've been separated at this point, but it's been a handful of years.
Yeah.
Miles, shows up at the door. He's the surprise for Angela because everyone in that town remembers that she's divorced. So they try to send over her
Like a hunk
her
of
first
meat.
true love.
Well, okay, hold on,
Oh,
Kenny.
yeah, 'cause-
I think it's a little different. So she's not divorced yet. They're just separated. Second, they push Miles towards her because he's the only other black person in the town.
I don't think that's it.
I think that's
it.
No, they
I
pushed Miles
think
because they
that's it.
literally dated. They dated. I would say that's it if they didn't already have a history together. But they had a history together. That history ended when they decided to go different directions for schools. So it wasn't a matter of, oh, I don't care for you anymore. It was life has taken us these different paths. We can't make this work. So it's hey, you're not with your husband anymore, but you know who happens to be back in the area right now? Miles. Remember Miles? You banged him out in your backyard?
You know, the same spot where everybody banged everybody?
For everyone, that's the
You know,
horny
he-
grounds, Daniel. Yes.
Yeah, you remember like you're down with the thickness?
Wah!
Daniel, do you remember what they say about Miles? There's one line in the
I
book.
didn't. Ryan did.
I do.
I don't.
It will never leave me.
I don't.
It's my
I don't-
inch
there
by
is-
inch line.
There's
this
one.
book.
There's only one line of this book that is real. I'm like, ooh, that's a good line, but I don't remember what you're talking about.
Oh, this one, Miles, as wide as the Nile.
So he's like a fat guy.
No, she's talking about his dick.
His dick,
He's got a thick wang.
like a tuna can.
Yeah, it's not as long as the Nile.
Is the Nile known as a wide river?
It's a big ass river. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's like
Wide,
a long
long.
one, but like, is it wide or long or? Wait, are there alligators in his dick?
Ooh.
It's got piranha.
Answer the
He's
question.
better.
Are there alligators in his dick?
I don't know how
I
to
think they might
answer
be
this.
crocodiles. I think it's crocodiles
An-
in the Nile, guys.
Answer the code red.
I don't know. I need. What do we find out? We find out that.
We didn't find out if there were crocodiles in his dick.
Well, let's.
That's gonna take
gotta-
years of
Now,
We
see,
gotta
if
go
she had,
keep going
now, if
through
she
it.
had written that in the book, that's the line I would remember.
Well, what's the line that you liked?
The man or the thing that was like unbecoming Tyreek, something like that. He was changing.
True that.
Mine is they were the best of times. They were the worst of times.
Something about Boo Radley.
Something
Nope,
Boo Radley's
that's a different
purse. Look, it's a banger. It's a gun banger.
Speaking of bangers, so right before we get to bangers, we find out that Angela had a ring that got stolen. It was her grandma's ring, and then all of a sudden, Corey comes down and says, "Hey, Mom, I got a present for you. I got a confession to make."
I stole the ring and gave it to a girl, and then I faked a break-in so that you wouldn't know. But then these bitches, she wouldn't give it back.
Wouldn't give
She
it
would give
back.
it back.
Then, I wrote her a letter just like recently, like, hey, can I have that back? And you know what?
I
She
had to
gave
give
it
her
back.
some money.
And this
No,
is
he
a
had to
true.
give her money.
Oh, he gave her money, and this is a true story. What I just told you, that all happened.
Yeah, he claimed he gave up like his entire summer's like allowance or some shit.
What is a summer's
Sure.
allowance?
I don't know, man. I didn't get paid for doing shit. I just didn't get hit with a stick again.
So each hit with the stick is worth 10 cents, so $50.
Huh? Is that a week or the whole summer?
Whole summer.
It's just a day of stick
Damn.
hitting.
Yeah, but in the olden days when Ryan was a kid, $50 like for a summer, that's like
Ooh-wee!
Woo, mama.
What would you even do
He's
with
gonna
money?
get him- He's gonna get him
I
some
have a
ice
unique
cream.
perspective because I didn't leave the house. Like, what am I gonna do with money? You know?
He's gonna go get him some Zestos.
No, you gotta leave the house for that.
I'm gonna go get a Reese's Pieces Avalanche
Yeah, you are, buddy. And maybe like some sort of chili dog.
with sauerkraut.
No, you don't put sauerkraut on chili. Well, I mean, you might.
you
You probably are. I don't. I like sauerkraut, so don't. I just haven't done that. Is that a thing we do?
Mhm.
Have you put sauerkraut on chili dogs without telling me, Ryan?
Mm.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're not telling me, Ryan?
I'm also not telling you that.
You gonna take care of me?
I'm gonna
Hey,
take
Ryan,
care
are
of you
you-
real good.
Real good, you say.
Real good, mama.
That's
I'm
a
taking care of
weird
you
thing to
real
say.
good.
I don't like how you said that, Corey Ryan.
I winked at
Corey
you.
Ryan, that is
I'm
a weird.
smiling. You've never seen me smile. I'm
Corey-
smiling now. I'm happy.
Angela,
Corey Ryan, you
you
don't
young
smile at
boy. I be getting a bad feeling about him.
Okay, mama. I'll go down to the cellar and get those fireworks.
All right, but where is the cellar? Where's the wine cellar, Daniel?
Where's the wine cellar, Daniel?
I can't.
Miss Cleo,
I
where's
can't
the
find
wine cellar?
Miss Cleo.
Oh,
can
I've
you
been a
help,
vampire for 2 weeks and I'm tired of it.
No, but where's the wine cellar?
Where's
I didn't
What do
ask
you
your
mean?
life
You go
story.
down. You go down the stairs.
It's the one set. It's the only set of stairs that goes down into the earth.
Well, does it just become a wine cellar if you just put wine in it?
That's all it takes. Well, if there's bad wood, you got to take out the bad wood and put in good wood first before you can put your wine collection down there. But yeah, that's all it takes.
Okay, so if we just start saying that we have a wine cellar, is that gonna up our property value?
If we put wine in one of the murder rooms, like put some racks up
Yeah.
and put some cheap bottles of wine in there and be like, this is our wine cellar. Maybe.
All right, we should do that.
I hate wine. Corey is supposed to get those drinks down in the cellar. They might just call it a basement, but we're on cellars right now. We're a cellar group gang. You know, cellar gang.
Cellar
for life.
gang.
So let's see. Party's going on. Tyreek's in the back grilling up some burgers and durgers.
Yeah. People are dancing. There's a piano. The piano starts playing by itself.
Well, we don't know
Well,
it.
it's a
We
player's
don't
piano.
know it's playing by itself.
So it's supposed to play by itself. We don't know that it started playing by itself. By itself.
Right.
But we do know it started playing, and no one was
You know what the modern equivalent of that is, though?
a CD
Keyboard
player.
cat.
No, it's when Alexa starts randomly like playing music or like responding to you and you didn't fucking say anything.
That's never happened to me.
No?
No, because I changed her.
Happens all the
I changed her code word.
It's a computer.
Yeah, because I was watching a lot of
We-
Star Trek.
Fair enough. So okay, and then Angie's doing her thing, moving around the party. The townspeople are like, oh, it's so great, glad to have you back. Getting people back into the good house, so good. Doorbell rings, which is weird at a party like this. You assume people just walk in. Opens the door. It's Miles. She's all like, oh, oh, Miles, you sweet little slice of man.
Milk
you
did
are."
this body good.
Damn, like squeezes his arm, squeezes his dick, like just like
Nope, not
damn.
Not
Yeah, like,
yet.
my husband's in the my estranged husband's in the backyard, so maybe like you need to go meet him. Maybe it's gonna be fine. We're gonna have a good time. I can tell this is gonna be great. Bang.
What was that?
What's that? Oh, that's maybe it was a firework going off in the
It
basement.
wasn't me.
It wasn't me. You know what? I shall investigate. I'll
Heard
go
a
down
banging from the
stairs.
cellar.
Oh
It
no.
wasn't me.
Now what do we find, Daniel, when we go down into the cellar?
Corey's lying down, taking a nap because he's sleepy.
Mama, wake up!
He's a sleepy boy.
He's a sleepy boy.
What's leaking out of his head, Daniel?
I don't know. Maybe
It's
like
grape
like a
jelly.
juice that he had gone down there to get, and he like tripped or something.
Maybe.
And,
Oh
he
no.
spilled the juice.
What's that in his hand, Daniel?
Is that one of those pop guns that the kids love to play with?
Ooh, take a closer look. Do you
Oh
recognize
no,
that
that's
gun?
a real gun. But we were supposed to get. This is Tyreek's gun that I made him get rid of.
That is Tyreek's gun. Tyreek, that lying asshole, said he got rid of the gun. Tyreek's fault.
100%. All right. In
This
chapter
dumb
1. You're
kid
welcome.
shot himself in the face.
Well,
This is where the
Not to
title card
victim
pops
blame,
in
but-
on the movie.
Oh, this is where it says the good house.
The good house. That's where it pops up in the movie. It's like you walk down there and it's Angela screaming And then it's, and
This house sucks. And then good house.
It's like muttering, like, Corey, you said you're going to take care of me, but I didn't actually have life insurance policies on you, so, like, I got nothing out of this. This is bad. You didn't take care of nothing, Corey. Funerals are expensive.
Actually, it's the best thing to happen to her career.
Well, yes.
I mean,
maybe.
how dare you?
She was already
How dare you?
No. She was already on her own doing her career because Corey wasn't living there.
Right, but now she's pivoting. She was a lawyer, and now she's pivoting to managing or being an agent.
For a talent agent, right? Yeah.
I bet in an alternate timeline, though, had Corey not killed himself, she would still pivot to being an agent.
I bet in an alternate timeline, if she had just been better at communication with her child, he could have lived.
Well, also, he dabbled in the fucking dark arts, Ryan. I don't think the mother should take the responsibility for this kid's dumbass actions, Ryan.
I think the postal system is probably to blame, because had that Hogwarts letter been delivered on time, this all could have been avoided.
That is not us, okay? That is not the USPS, Daniel. They don't do posts on Sundays. So unless Amazon's sending out your Hogwarts letters now, which who knows, you might go to fucking Amazon school. God, I don't even want to know what's coming out of the Amazon school of wizardry. Wingardium!
Pee in a bottle.
No restroom break. I'm just saying, this is a situation where maybe she didn't have the best relationship with her son, but you know who supposedly did? Tyreek. Now, I'm not blaming Tyreek either.
That's it.
Because Corey took it upon himself to skim through a magical textbook.
That's true. If I ever find a magical textbook, I'm reading it. I'm reading everything.
Every fucking word.
It's like when you look at like the Grand Theft Auto cheat codes, you're not just jumping to the one, the first one that meets your eye. You're looking at all of them.
All of them. You don't just read the first page of the Necronomicon out loud.
Well, I actually, a lot of them did that, though.
Every one of them did it. But you don't do that. You thumb through the thing, A little more than you read it. Read it. This is little Corey Williams. He said the words. Ash Williams.
Oh, I'm like, what? No, that's not his name.
Gave me a look like you didn't remember Ash's
That's not his name.
last name. Yeah, it is. It's his last name. Ashley Williams, goddammit. So, we cut to the, a couple years later?
So we cut 2 years later, and at the time, I didn't know why this was important, but later I figured it out. So Angela has taken up running, and she's out, like, doing it really hard, and this time she did not throw up. I'm like, well, that's good. And
It means she didn't go hard enough.
probably. And she's talking to another jogger guy, and he's kind of good looking, but he's like, you want to go jogging? And she's like, I mean,
Killer.
nah.
He's the killer.
You must be the killer.
He's the killer.
And-
he killed someone. His name is Gins.
Yep, and she's like, nope, I look at you, and I'm like, you should never have gotten out of that basement. I'm not going jogging with you. And he said, fair is fair. She gets a phone call from the caretaker at the good house, the good home, and someone wants to buy it for $400,000.
No, that's a fat stack.
And she doesn't know what to do. But now we find out that she's pivoted. She's no longer a corporate lawyer. Now she's a movie star film agent. She's got her hot and upcoming client, Naomi, who's they're negotiating a new movie contract for. She tells her about the plan.
Hey, you know what Naomi is spelled backwards?
I moan.
There you go, buddy.
I'm looking at him going,
Sex house.
I did that
moan.
without looking. I did that in my brain.
That just means you've done this
before. Are you
before.
impressed? Oh, what do you mean?
He's done.
This isn't the first time.
Before.
This isn't the first time what?
You've written it on a door.
What do you mean?
And then
mirror.
you caught the reflection in a mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
Remember when you were at that hotel with your
And
parents?
instead of saying red rum, I went, I moan.
You said Naomi. Naomi.
And we're like, oh, no, we got to give him another 10 minutes. Just.
I'm running out of socks, woman.
And Naomi's all like, nah, Angela, you need to go.
Because she doesn't want to
She
go.
doesn't want to go.
She doesn't want to think about it. She had a very, very bitter divorce, like finalized the divorce with Tyreek.
Yeah.
At the funeral, I think she threw a fucking chair at him because
Yeah.
that was his fucking gun. Made a whole spectacle. And you know what? If that was his gun, I'm okay with the spectacle.
For sure.
I mean, it was his gun.
I mean, he's a liar.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault that gun was there. Even if he had thrown that gun into the fucking
Mount Doom. I'm glad we were going to the same place.
Yeah, it still would have came back. Because remember,
that is true.
His buddy burned the item he wanted, so not his fault. I still don't know why he lied though about.
What did he lie about?
Getting rid of that whole thing where he had that side piece and he sent the gun with her because she moved to another city.
What? Like, what's his fucking attachment to the gun? Just get a different gun.
Well, he said his attachment to the gun. His buddy in college or whatever was his best friend or whatever and helped like protect him and get him through dangerous times. And that gun was all he had left of him. It's a weird ass keepsake, but that's what it was. It was a.
I just keep locks of everyone's hair.
Yeah. Well, how many
back hair
Ryan's do you have?
Back hair.
Oh, back hair.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can keep getting those because as it leaves his head, it's traveling down.
He's
his
a
back.
werewolf.
Ow!
It's not from the neck up.
Go on.
Yeah, you don't grow hair good.
Go on.
Tell me
from
more.
the neck up.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Look, bald is beautiful. Just not on you,
Naomi,
you ET looking fuck.
You son of a bitch. Naomi's gonna
My
get her
finger
first
is
$1 million
gonna light up
payday.
in your face, Daniel.
Oh yeah, and then your bum. Naomi's gonna get her
Wouldn't
first $1 million
a light
deal.
up finger
She's
be
up and
really
coming.
good for like a proctologist?
No.
It'd be helpful.
Only if they've got an eyeball on it too.
Okay.
Done deal. Sold.
2 fingers, one with a light, one with an eyeball, both going into your ass.
I just think it'd be useful.
I think it'd be more useful for a dentist.
And he had chainsaws for hands.
No, that is not good. That's dangerous. That should be an anime.
Daniel, how did Angela take the death of her little boy?
Very well.
Tell him about
well.
Tell him about the funeral thing that we already talked about a second ago.
No, tell me. No, what I'm fishing for is that she had a breakdown, had suicidal thoughts, had to go spend time at the place called the Harbor.
Yeah, a psych
doing some
place.
Xanax. And they're like, you having some suicidal thoughts? She said, yeah, I'm also having homicidal thoughts. I'm imagining hiring a hitman to kill Tariq and how great that would be.
And it would be so great.
So
Agent
great.
47, 57, 47.
A bald guy?
47. Yeah, he'd go there
47.
and he'd be like, okay, you just tell me the truth and I'll let you live. And then Tariq would have to be crying and saying yes, that it was really his gun, even though he insisted on getting rid of it. And then the hitman will be like, well, just so you know, I mean, just like you and I are both the same. We're both liars. And then he'd kill him and Angela would be, I guess, so happy. But that didn't happen. That's fine. So
But if that had happened, she'd be all good. Maybe she would have hung out with that other jogger that she kind of did like.
yeah.
Said, no.
Well, she gets bad advice from Miss Cleo. Go back to the house. It'll be good for you.
Naomi says you need to go back. You'll always regret it if you never go back. And then she also said she has a bit of the touch as well, like from her grandma or something.
Oh, a bit of the touch.
Everyone claims this.
My mind went to like, oh, she has a bit of the touch of the autism as well.
Well,
but that's not it.
Maybe, I don't know. But she's like, hell, you're getting me my first $1 million payday. We're gonna go back to your house in Sacagawea, this good house, and we're gonna check it out, and then you're gonna sell it.
Girls
trip. I'm gonna go get this $1 million bag. But me and my boy Onyx, this little pup, this little chompers, we're gonna come with you. We're gonna love it.
Onyx does not like this house. He wants out. He wants to roam, man. Wants to be free.
Wouldn't you, man? Don't you want to just like get out there and like howl at the moon? Run through the forest, run through the halls of your high school, and scream at the top of your lungs.
If we all howled at the moon at the same time, it'd be the same moon that we was all howling at. You ever think about that?
This is true. I think about that all the time, and I also think about how there's no such thing as the real world.
This is true. We find out that Corey was hanging out with a boy named Sean. Sean's adopted dad, Mr. Leahy, is going to go out.
No.
What?
Leahy is his actual dad. But his dad has adopted other kids.
No, he's not.
I'm pretty sure he's his actual dad.
No.
All the other siblings are adopted.
Sean is from the streets.
What do you mean from the streets?
I mean, he's actually he's more hardcore than Corey pretends to be.
Why did I feel like one of his kids was actually his own and the rest were foster children?
I think they're all They're They're all foster. Only one's
and
actually adopted. I think Sean is the only one that's adopted, and the rest are foster.
That could be what it is, because I really felt like...
That's because he's good, because he treats them all like family, you know?
Well, yeah, he's a great guy.
He's a good guy.
He's, overstepping his bounds, picking from gardens that maybe he wasn't quite given permission
He
for.
had an agreement.
Just like Samwise.
Okay.
No, he's over there dropping eaves. God damn it. Dropping eaves. Lee Heaves.
Sean's all like, I don't want you to go over there. Mr. Lee, he's like, I'm going to go over there. So he goes, starts looking for herbs, and then there's like leaves.
And spices,
and there's
11.
The sound of the forest leaves being all swept at once. I'm like, ooh, that's some spookies. And he gets spooked, and he leaves his basket there, and he runs away. And this matters because when Angela comes back with Naomi, they find out that, yeah, Mr. Lee, he walked in front of a truck one day, just died.
Now, I picture this, like, you remember those Smilin' Bob commercials? I think they're like Viagra or something like that. Like, be like Bob, Smilin' Bob. Like, with just a grin on his face and whatnot.
Oh, right.
I imagine him having that whole, like, look and everything when he walks in front of the truck.
And it's weird to me, maybe if you remember this, Daniel, it's weird to me that the town people, they're very, it's just like, yeah, he walked in front of the truck with a smile on his face. That kind of happened. But when they point out that the big tree in the yard of Angela's property, that is starting to rot and might need to, like, they show more concern for that giant tree than they did for Mr. Lee walking in front of a truck. Like, that bothers them more than that.
That tree has been a part of the community from the get-go. Leahy moved there.
This is what it taught me was, if you are not the main character and you get your own chapter or segment in this book, you're probably going to die.
That's possible, yeah. That makes sense.
Also, this is the crossroads, Daniel. This is where the spirits meet.
Oh!
Miss Cleo, what do spirits do when they meet?
I don't know.
We took your favorite spirits and we made them...
we made them fuck. Fight?
Oh.
Made them fight.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Now...
They fucking fight. The two Fs. Final Fantasy, FF.
I don't know if Naomi has been here a day or even a day, but Angela can't find her, and for some reason she's like, I bet that bitch is in the basement. So she goes down, and Naomi's in the basement on the floor.
Okay, so this is the middle of the night. They get there, and it's all weird vibes, you know. The housekeepers have still been upkeeping the house, so like everything's clean.
Whoa, is that a dig at me?
Yeah, no, you're a shitty housekeeper. But I feel like she even goes into Corey's room, but Corey's room is left kind of exactly how it was, except for the bed is made. That's the only thing that was touched.
It's being treated more like a tomb or a shrine, kind of like don't mess with it.
Right. So Onyx hasn't gone missing yet, though, right? No, Onyx went missing once.
Onyx has gone missing once.
They found him.
Yeah, and now I think it's gone missing again.
He goes missing again. Oh, no. So she's looking around for Naomi, and she finds her lying on the floor, the same spot where Corey died, in the basement in the middle of the night.
That ain't cool.
That ain't cool at all. Turns out she sleptwalked, which she doesn't do.
She never sleepwalks. No way, girl.
So she's freaking out about that. Everyone's freaking out about that. But also, Onyx is gone. Maybe you opened a door when you were sleepwalking. I don't know. Well, he's a smart dog, though. He knows to say near home.
It's not his home.
Not his home.
He doesn't fucking live there.
Not his dog home.
This house doesn't have a television. Point that out.
It's not a good house.
It does not have a television.
If there had been a TV in Corey's room, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, what year was this out? Was not what year was the book? What year did this take place? Like maybe Baby Got Back video was huge at that time.
Like 2002.
And so like that'd be like, you know, big booties on the music, because he was into the music scene, and he'd be in there watching like cheeks clap.
Right.
Like applauding?
So he would just yeah, well, that's what it sounds like. So he'd just been jerking it all summer.
Yeah. He wouldn't have not left the room.
It's a jerk.
No,
it's a jerk.
He wouldn't have not left the room.
He wouldn't have not I said what I said.
My own. I'm just watching those booties clap and jerking it.
I don't want none unless you got buns.
2002 is a good BET year.
Was it?
I think so. I said
Was that before reality TV?
Yeah, because that wasn't really a thing, was it? I feel like maybe it was. I don't know. But I feel like at this point you were still getting music videos on like all the music channels.
I need you to know, Daniel, that 2002 was 22 years ago.
That's not true. That's impossible.
Search your heart.
22 fucking years ago. What? Someone posted a thing today that said the time gap for Dazed and Confused, if they wanted to make that for today, with that same jump back in time, it would take place in 2007. And I was very offended.
Okay.
That wasn't that long ago.
Godzilla got his first Oscar at the age of 70.
And
so
I'm so,
don't give up on your dreams.
Hey, the king became king at fucking 103 or some shit. How old is that fucker? Finally got his dream job. He never gave up.
I'm the king.
Sausage fingers.
Is he the big one? Or no, he's the old one. But there's a big lad. One of them's a big lad.
Wait, not which where?
One of
them was a good friend with our boy Epstein.
Well, we don't talk about that one.
Yeah, he's been ostracized. One of them we haven't seen in the public for like months.
What are you talking about? We just saw a picture of her with the family.
Oh, God. This has been your BBC breaking commentary on the Royals.
Who gives a
now
fuck?
Now we're back to...
Okay, I'll bring you back. So, at some point...
Naomi.
Yeah, but at some point, so Angela needs help, and I think...
Calls Miles.
So, I think someone told her that Miles... Or she figured out that Miles is working in town. Maybe he doesn't live in town, but he works in town.
A neighboring town.
Right. So he calls and he gets Ma Fisher. So Ma Fisher, it was, we'll call it a white couple who adopted Miles as a child because Miles' dad died. And we don't know where Mom was. Or maybe she died too.
So
when Ma Fisher is talking to Angela, she says, "Oh, just make it stop. It hurts, Miss Toussaint. Make it stop, you coward, like in Cisco."
And I said,
"What?
Let me see that thong."
What year did that come out?
Baby.
Because 2002. It's around that time, yeah?
Get that booty. Oh, like, you know what? Like, Miss Lady, like, you're into some Cisco?
Everyone was at the time.
Everyone loved the thong. She probably bleached her hair blonde.
If any of these people, not enough fucking going to the roller derby in this. They should have had a roller rink.
That would have been dope.
You hear that song? You hear the Animal Planet one?
Oh,
Discovery Channel, not Animal Planet.
Yeah. No, I know what you meant. You hear the I'm Blue.
Yeah, that one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. Maybe if you're lucky, though, you'll hear the Crash Test Dummies doing their hit song. Once there was this kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school. And when they finally made him, his hair had turned from black into bright white.
Why?
I don't know. That's a crazy song. But anyway, Cisco. I don't think that's what she meant.
She actually meant Crisco.
Crisco. That's what you use to cook. Now,
let it cook, Miss Toussaint. Let it cook.
I think we already know from the prior encounter that Ma Fisher has dementia. That's why Miles came back in the first place. To take
Alzheimer's.
Yes.
Not Alzheimer's, Ryan.
All-time.
There's a
all
Z
the time
in there.
Dementia.
It's old-timers.
All-timer. Yeah, it ends with a Z.
Timers.
Yeah, it's dope. But, okay, that's weird, Ma Fisher. Like, you're being weird. Don't turn back young and seduce my son, Ma Fisher. Don't have your young spirit in the Baka.
The Baka.
The Baka. Yeah.
Bakak.
Well, that's what Corey would have liked, but, we can't always get what we want. But sometimes we get what we need, like finding the remains of the dead dog. So Angela is out in the forest with Miles.
I thought he was going to say the dead on Nuki Beast.
Well,
what?
But it wasn't the remains of the dead dog.
Or was it?
I think it was. So, okay, the bigger thing is Angela has a phrase she likes to use, which is shit on me. And I think I'm going to adopt this because I like it. And whenever something bad goes like, shit on me.
Your kids in the school are going to love it.
Shit on me.
I say, oh, mother bitch.
Mother bitch.
You know what you find out? You find out that this spot, even just getting near this spot, makes you horny. So there's something about this spot, because as they're walking there, Angela's like remembering, the sexy times. Like, I remember being here with you, Miles. How profound it was to like have a man fill her, and I'm like, ooh.
This Though, like, but Naomi is kind of vibing with Miles too, though.
It's this place, man. It's this place.
I think everybody vibes with Miles because
He's a good dude.
he's a very nothing person, I feel.
Ouch.
How? Go on.
He left his big newspaper job to come back to his small shit-ass racist
Name
area.
one, like, trait of Miles.
Gather
Miles
Hunter.
does not believe a goddamn thing that Angela says throughout the whole goddamn story.
So he's-
And he thinks he's fucking crazy.
Is it septic or skeptic?
Septic. He's septic as hell.
He's septic.
He's septic as hell.
He does.
Yeah, he's got a whole tank.
He sprays his non-believing everywhere.
Skeptic. Don't let him believe this, Daniel.
I feel like there's not a
next
lot
thing-
of humor in this book.
I found it very funny sometimes.
Not a lot of humor. Did I ever laugh? No. I don't think I did.
I laughed
No,
when...
that's not true. I did laugh. I laughed because they're talking about when they're going into the garden, they're having to knock down all these spider webs, and I just thought of Daniel, and then I laughed.
Always, yeah. It's real
Always
fucking
and
funny.
For
Laugh at my trauma.
ever. Oh, let's
Laugh
get
at
into
me.
trauma. Okay, so the book goes from, we start off with the Big Bang in the beginning, and then we jump 2 years later, right? And then we go back right before the Big Bang. So we're going back and forth in time to tell. So it's very like It kind of
I was thinking
storytelling.
a lot about like the It.
well,
Yeah, you guys ever read that book,
it's-
The It?
Oh yeah,
That was going to be my comparison. Is this is like the whole adult portion of it for the most part? Because even when we go back to the more Corey stuff, it still feels more like the adult portion of it. Like
right.
the whole thing is like now the book jumps back and forth, but the miniseries is a clean cut, front half, back half.
You
And
talking
movies
about
are
The
as
It?
well.
And the movies are as well.
Yeah.
But right.
Yeah, the movies are as well. But if I recall, the book
The book was going back and forth.
back and forth. But this whole thing feels more like the tone of the second half of the adult half of the stories, in my opinion. Everything, even the jump back in time, we're still focusing on what's happening to Angela because she's the only one alive in the future. So like whatever's going on with Corey, how is this going to affect Angela? Because we know Corey's dead.
I was more interested in the mystery of what happened to Corey than how it affected Angela.
It's just somehow it was Angela's fault, even though it wasn't. But then it turns out it wasn't Angela's fault. We got to go back a generation or two.
I think it's the Colonel's fault. I think
That's deep.
that he ordered the fucking Voodoo special off the menu, and some employee gave him. I think it probably wasn't chicken parts. I don't know what it was, but it probably wasn't chicken,
Oh, I thought you meant
and that fucked up the ritual.
like the colonel that was like the manager.
No,
for
Colonel
Elvis
Colonel
Presley.
Sanders. No,
Oh,
Colonel
okay.
Sanders.
Either way, it vibes. You know,
Right. It's
we're
like,
going back to fight this.
there's
evil.
like there's something about the land, like in Derry. There's something about the town of Derry where it's off, and there's just something about
And
the land
calls you
here
back.
that's off and pulling you back as well. Right.
Yeah.
So 2 years earlier, we're with Corey Hill. He doesn't like the music of the shops. He likes Chuck Berry, James Brown, and we find out. Guess what?
Brown?
Racism. What? James Brown? You give me a
That's
look.
not what he said. That's
What
not what
I
he
said.
said.
he likes rap.
No. Well, yes,
Corey?
but he also likes the old stuff.
I'm making fun of your speech impediment. You said browned.
James Brown. You don't think he browned some of his pants during performances, Daniel?
Towards the end of the years, 100%. I hurt myself. I shit myself.
Wow.
I mean, it's a legend. Okay.
No, he's real.
Absolutely. Well, shit, you got me. You got me. He likes being in Oakland with his dad. He hates coming to Sacagawea in the summers with his mom. Because Corey just lives with his dad. He's mad at his mom because, like, what kind of mom would just let her son go live and not with her? She's always riding my ass.
Then he's complaining like, why didn't she take me to London?
Why would you go to London?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're real hardcore, Corey.
He's so hard, Corey.
He's so hard.
Well, okay, he grew up in, like, a private school and then got switched over to, like, Oakland public schools.
Ooh,
Right.
real
So he's
tough private
transitioning.
school kid, huh?
Well, look, I'm okay with this because he likes it. If he had been raised, he would have been fine raised in that environment because, like, that was his interest. I don't think he just did it to fit in. I think he genuinely likes it.
Likes what?
So, like being more less hoity-toity than he was like in the private school. Plus, he was also one of the few colored people in the private school, So he feels like he's more in touch with his, color in the Oakland public school system. It works for him. I'm okay with him not actually being hard and trying to pretend to be hard.
I'm glad you're okay with this
like,
teenager not being hard.
Well, he gets hard later, and I'm not okay with that. 'Cause
I'm okay. That's just
embarrassing.
natural human nature. That's fine.
You don't get hard by ghosts, Ryan.
No, Ryan does. Ryan's never related more to a character.
Corey and I, we got a lot in common.
A lot in common.
I mean, baka.
This was a sussy baka.
This is Sessy Baka.
Daniel, how's the racism doing in Sacagawea?
I mean,
it's on the street corner looking at you.
It's alive and well.
The adults are trying, okay? Except for maybe the O'Doyle family.
It's always the goddamn O'Doyles.
The goddamn O'Doyle. Like, the older townspeople, they say things that are...
They're more ignorant.
Yeah, like, there's no mean-spiritedness there or anything, but I forget some of the stuff like the shopkeeper says or whatnot, but it's like, Angela's just like, I should correct her, but that's just... She means well. Like, they're not dropping casual N-bombs or anything like that. The adults aren't.
No, you do that in private.
Right, you do that in private. But them bullies, them O'Doyles, they don't like you riding horses into their town, looking at their girlfriends. They're gonna throw fireworks at your horse.
This
Not
ain't
your
cool.
horse.
Well,
that's your buddy's. It's my buddy's father's horse.
if you're on that horse, that's your horse.
Would you call your buddy's father your brother?
My brother's horse? My father
buddy's horse.
My father,
my buddy's horse.
Buddy, I think
if he
Sean
had
was
just
into
fucked
him.
Sean, none of this would have
If there was
happened.
a little bit more time, they would have fucked.
You think they would have got there?
The land would have got to him. It gets to everybody.
That's true. It was getting to me.
I think about, too muscly oiled up. Nope. No.
Think about Denzel Washington and
John
Goodman.
trapezing through the forest.
but naked.
But naked. And he's swinging from good wood, and he's got that bad
and
wood,
that's how we end racism, boys.
We did it.
With a sword
again.
fight. It's great.
We did it again. So, okay. We got some racist bullies. We got, because, Sean is Hispanic? No, his little brother's Hispanic. Sean's white.
Sean is pretty, I think so. But he's grown up on the streets.
Yeah, he's pretty.
And you
think he's pretty, Ryan?
I think he's beautiful. And he thinks this is
Sean
how
likes
he
old
should,
school hip-hop.
Yeah, this is how you relate to your brother.
I think Sean's just being him, and he's happy to have someone in town that
They like the same things.
Wasn't Corey was wearing a shirt?
Yep.
I think everyone was wearing a shirt, probably.
Not at all times in this. I was imagining some big muscly bros walking around in this book. You want kind of like Tyreek's is a mountain of a hunk of a man. I bet he's all glistening and stuff, and the Miles shows up, and he's got that lean muscle.
Miles is
but he's
more
like
lean.
all long.
Yeah.
And he's like, but then he's got like that thick cock.
That's good.
That's nice.
Tyreek's is more like a hammer, where like it's all tip.
All tip. Kind of like,
Hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
Now Corey's got that tortoise penis.
Right.
Comes out like an alien tentacle.
Yeah.
That's perfect for ghosts.
What's next, Daniel?
Perfect for ghosts.
Do we want to just explain what happens to Corey and then?
Yeah, if we keep this pace, we're never finishing this.
We're not, because it's a fucking book. Apologies, folks. We never read
Corey?
a book before. This was
we read Crabs, and that was fucking
listening.
literature. Okay,
that's art. Okay.
Corey finds some of Grandma's writings on spells and rituals. Doesn't read through it to learn that there's a curse and that you gotta undo the curse before attempting any of these rituals. Otherwise, you'll summon the Baka, which is like a foul, malevolent force that'll fuck your life up.
They just want to see magic.
They just want to see
if
magic.
I see magic one time, I'll know it's real, and that's all I need for the rest of my life. Him and Sean are just like, I just want to see what. And you know what? I'm okay with that motivation. Like, wouldn't you want to see some cool shit?
In 2001, you want to see magic? Fucking fire up a PS2.
What are we playing?
We're playing... In 2001, we're playing Final Fantasy X. Or 2002? Yeah. Actually, we're playing Spider-Man 2. Swinging.
Oh, we be swinging. Good times. PS2, great console. They want to see some magic. They don't. Kids love magic. They hate reading. That's the moral of the story.
I think so.
But this dude's dropping, what references are, he doesn't hate reading, he keeps dropping Stephen King references.
He hates reading textbooks.
Fucking Stephen King books are textbooks.
That's literature, you son of a bitch. He's also been getting dreams.
We all get dreams, what do you mean?
Grandma calling him, and he's been seeing a blue door?
Blue door.
A blue door.
There's a blue door
That was a
somewhere.
blue wall.
No, there's a blue door. The blue door is the
door in the attic?
It's not a door, but it's on a wardrobe.
Because there's
he's gonna go
inside the wardrobe
Narnia.
is the book.
So he's been tasked with cleaning the attic space, and that's where he discovers the book of Grandma Marie's, and for some reason he decides he's gonna just flip through it and see it's magic and not tell his mother about it, despite the fact that his mother, would love to see this anything from Grandma Marie, because that was her real caretaker, because her mother was insane, and she walked in on her mother with a gun in her mouth and says, "Oh, it's not loaded, ha ha ha," and then walked in on her mother like dead later, like from I think pills in a bathtub or something. So Grandma Marie's very important
the
to her.
bathtub killed her?
No,
Yeah,
I think she was at the kitchen table with the pills.
She's at the kitchen. Yeah, she was at the kitchen table, but the bathtub killed her and then moved the body.
Fact.
Every time. Well, she was in the bathtub shaving after she killed a vampire.
What the fuck?
No, brushing her teeth. She's in the bathtub brushing her teeth.
After she killed the
After
vampire?
She killed the vampire.
What are you talking
but
about?
First she was out in the tree howling.
And I need you to not hang yourself from my tree
He's got it.
on
He
my
figured it out.
property, because if you were to die, I would have to allow the police to invade my privacy, Daniel.
I'm gonna be a vampire soon, so
I'm going to be a vampire soon, Daddy.
Live a long life as vampiring. Now, okay. So Corey finds the book, doesn't tell mommy. Corey's like, "Oh shit, magic! I want to see some magic." And Sean's like, "Yeah, man, I kind of want to see some magic. Let's go to the spot. We can do the magic. I got chicken bones.
Whoa, we gotta go KFC first. Get the supplies we need.
Right? They got
We gotta order the Voodoo bucket.
feathers. They got feathers.
They got candles.
Corey
we got
orders
bones. We got towels.
Orders fucking
stones.
I think it's for the cleansing ritual. Corey,
You guys
fucking
have
orders shit
ritual
from,
towels?
There's some rituals done with it.
So there's
Wink.
So what's happened is, Corey and Sean, they both tried like the "come back to me" spell, where there's something that was missing and they want it back. So they try it out with that, and Sean gets letters back from his mom, I think, and
his mom when she left.
Right,
him.
and then Corey gets the ring back.
The ring.
That it just pops out of the bathtub from the mud and shit, and we're like, "Oh, cool!"
Right, and Sean finds his in the fucking mailbox of all places, and it's important to remember Sean straight up burned his letter.
Yeah, so these things should not be coming back.
Gone. Yeah, so that's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
But now, though, when did the young lady run into them? Was that right after the ritual?
Yeah.
In the night? Because they
Yes.
didn't get their items, but they ran into this crazy homeless girl.
Right. So
what was her?
They do the ritual.
name again?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Not
Rebecca, just Becca.
Just Becca. And I'm
Which
like, I see what you've done here.
sounds suspiciously like Baka
Or Baka.
or Baka. I guess
Okay.
if you want to be
we haven't-
pedantic.
I don't think we've heard the word baka yet.
Yes, you
at
have.
that
It's
point.
at the start of the story.
Does she say baka at the start? Well, I'm a baka, so
She says you got to be watching out for these sussy Bakas. They're out there.
I
does say
think
sussy.
Red John may have been saying that.
About the
Red
sussy
John was
Bakas.
right. Let the record show.
He was very right. He's like, don't mess with these Bakas. But they did, because she was feeling guilty. So yeah, they do their ritual. They don't immediately get what they wanted, but they do see this. She's wearing clothes at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But no bra. Or
No,
anything.
it's all let it be free.
And let's be real here. These are teenage boys. Like all it takes is a good breeze, and they're all horned up. So.
And I jizzed in my pants. Got it.
That's essentially what Corey does over and over again. Sean, however, is into Corey, so it's a little bit different. I still think
That's
That
why
was-
Sean
that was the-
keeps telling him, no, this girl ain't right.
this girl ain't right for you.
For
You want
you.
someone who understands you, listens to hip hop, knows how to please a man because they are
Who
one.
knows how to please a man better than another man?
Maybe someone who has a horse.
We could go riding
his name's
together.
Sean.
Also, their name would be Sean.
And they love you. And they've always loved you. And the real magic has been between us all along.
The real
Corey.
magic is bro friendship. We're just two dudes.
We live in a one-bedroom apartment.
Two real good friends. We lived together for years.
One bed, years. One
Best
bed.
friends.
Best friends. Do everything together. Shower.
I mean, yeah, you want to conserve water.
Maybe I slip it in.
or you slip it in.
I mean, something's getting slipped.
Something's slipping in. Marry me.
I want to have a future with you. We'll adopt. I know, like, your father knows how to do it. We'll raise a family. Little hip-hop, interracial,
Well, I mean, the kids wouldn't be
interracial.
Well,
no, it's an interracial family.
Interracial gay Okay, I understand.
Family in 2002, they're gonna be real popular.
Sure.
That was the story that should have been written. God. Anyone else chubbed up right now? Instead, Becca comes rolling out of the woods, no bra on. Jubbly's all jubbling around. Corey's all like, man, look at them jubblies, no bra. What? And Sean's like, this is a freaky homeless chick that just ran at us from the fucking woods. Sean is correct, okay? Sean is 100% right. And she's like, well, I don't remember what she says, but basically, like, she's coming on to Corey hard. Like, she's, like, going to sleep with Corey, and Corey's having to think about it. Corey's like, Sean's probably right, but I mean, this could be, like, real, like, I could really hook up with, like, a girl. Like, but she's kind of dirty. Like, is this really what I want my first time to be? Like, yeah, but I want there to be a first time. Like, I don't know, man. Eventually, he's like, nah, I can't. Like, you can come back with me, but I'm not gonna stay out here in the humping woods with you, Becca. Not today, anyway. We gotta go. And she, like, backs off into the woods, I think, all creepily.
This is like Homer backing into the bush.
Kind of, yeah. But she's got a hut somewhere, probably. You know, she's just probably homeless, crazy, and like 15, 16 years old. It's fine.
And the love of his life.
Exactly. She finally arrived.
Finally. Love works in mysterious ways.
Love can bloom on the battlefield, guys.
Love can be a random homeless person on the street.
Absolutely.
Give it a try, Daniel.
Oh.
I want you to open mouth kiss the next homeless person you see.
All right.
Outside of work.
Well, it might be me when I look in a mirror soon.
Well, yeah, that's fair. You could be that lady screaming at the bathrooms.
Ay. Maybe that was my Becca and I just ignored her.
That was your Becca. That was your shot. Oh, shit. He had one shot. Oh, God. So, next morning, yeah, Corey's got the ring. Sean's got the letter. They're kind of freaked out that this worked. Ever since Corey gets the ring, he feels even more powerful. It's got symbols on it. He's researching these symbols, finding out what the hell they mean with the help of Grandma's book. He reads the book, realizes, oh shit, I was supposed to do a cleansing thing that could only like happen on this kind of night.
I should have read the preparation. I should have read the preface to this book, not just skip to the good stuff.
If Grandma Marie didn't have that in the front of the book, that's on her. But I think it was in the front of the book. I don't think this is an Evil Dead Rise situation where we put on the last of the 4 tapes, don't play these tapes.
Right.
I think Sean
I don't know. Maybe Grandma Marie was
it.
treating it more like, oh, sit down, child. Let me tell you my life story. La, 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 la. Don't ever do this. La, la, la. Cleansing ritual. La, 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 la.
Okay,
oh, if you want to find something, this is what you do. If you want to kill someone with mud, this is what you do.
Okay.
You want to see some shit.
What if I want a bigger hog?
This is what you do.
This is what
you go down
did.
to the town fair. It's on July 3rd, and you go find the one that got the green ribbon.
Okay.
Now, it's not the biggest.
Right.
But it's going to be a little cheaper.
Okay.
And you put a saddle on it, and whenever you need to escape, you ride that hog to safety. Because that's your escape hog.
Name that hog Choo Choo.
Ride that Choo Choo.
You ride that Choo Choo through the forest.
Choo Choo.
Whoa. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. You're a real one.
What?
At some point, Angela goes to talk to Sean.
Angela finds Corey's fucking lyric journal, and in it he writes, "We fucked up so bad" or something like that. We fucked up big. This is all our fault. Blah blah blah. So Sean still lives over there, despite the fact that his dad just died. Still hasn't moved yet. They're neighbors. She goes over there and basically starts grilling him, like the aunt lets him in or whatever, and basically finds out he gets freaked out when he sees, what is it, the ring? Or the book? No, the magic book. He sees the magic... Is it the magic book he sees and freaks out? Because he's like, get that away from me. Like, get that out of here.
It could be. It also could be the note cards, because there were note cards with
the symbols,
with symbols on them.
Draw them.
And if you'll recall, one of them's a triangle, one of them's a couple of wavy lines. And my first thought was Dr. Venkman would be very proud. Very good. Oh. It's a Ghostbusters reference,
That's
Daniel.
A good point. Yeah, Ghostbusters.
What is that?
So
that's fine.
Corey doesn't give the full truth. Corey's clearly fucking scared about... Oh, sorry. Sean doesn't give the whole truth. He's really, really nervous when Angela brings this shit out. Like, so she knows that he's hiding something. So she calls the cops. Like, I need to further interrogate this kid. It's a crazy move. I don't think that would work.
Well, it would work because the cop has an ulterior...
Exactly. It does work. And I'm like, why is this working?
He has an interior motive.
Interior motive. Now, Sean, you know this kid disappeared around the same time that Corey killed himself? Do you know anything about that?
Oh yeah, I know. I know him.
Did you and Corey do anything with him? Then Angela's like, "Wait, are you inseminating my child?"
And you're like, "Hush, woman, let me cook."
We definitely did not cast a spell of sorts to get him sucked off into a sand pit trap. That didn't happen.
They didn't.
We didn't.
They
no.
didn't. Well, Corey didn't do a spell either.
You're dead. Corey. What do you? Yes, he did.
No, there was no spell.
Okay.
He just said some words. All that happened. The Baka took his intent.
Yeah.
And decided to do it, but there was no actual He
but
didn't set out and do a spell.
Misunderstood. His intent was suck him off
in the mud flaps.
Oh god.
And
in the mud flaps.
Right. So I
don't know if that counts. That's not like I didn't write up the spell.
Yeah, I took this.
If Corey himself was magical, like himself, and he can point his finger at you and go fireball, and a fireball shoots out, then yes. This is Corey. He was just trying to scare him. He doesn't know. The only spell he knows is how to find things. So he's just saying
right.
Some dumb
But if
shit.
Your dog bites me,
well, that's the thing. He didn't realize he acquired a dog.
Your Honor, I didn't know I had a dog.
He didn't even know he had a dog. He unleashed
Ignorance
his dog.
Is not a defense.
It's still not his dog. It's his grandma's dog.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So Corey feels guilty, and his blame is not reading the full book and releasing the Baka. But I don't think he actually intended for the kid to die.
No, he did.
I think he did. Now, I agree with you. He didn't know what he was doing at the time, but his intent was because leading up to this, right? Because they've come back to do a cleanse. Mm-hmm. Let's just do this out of order. Who cares? They've come back.
Yeah, fuck it.
They've come. So Sean and Corey, they've had the talk like we screwed up. We need to do a cleansing ritual, or we all gonna die. Everything's gonna be bad. So they come back to do the cleansing ritual, and Corey has the ring on, but everyone's getting stomach pains. Okay. And he's starting to feel really bad on his inside as he's going through the ritual. And just when almost near where he's about to complete it, out of the woods comes Becca. I think she's naked or nearly naked. Looks like she's been beaten.
Her dress is completely torn. Yeah, she's beat the shit out of. Yeah.
And she says the racist boy from earlier that him and his friends had raped her. Okay?
Yeah, the Doyles sexually assaulted her.
And so Corey's being all very protective of her, pulling her away, and
because they've had a continued relationship. Corey's been going out there providing food for her. Has she climbed? Did that tree scene happen before this or after this? It's
before this. She's come up to the tree, saying, doing the Salem's Lot, let me in the window.
See, you were thinking that. I was thinking more of the Loch Ness Monster from Tree Fitty.
Can I get that ring? But in the voice, that can I pet that dog video?
Can I pet that dog?
Can I get that ring?
Can I get that ring?
Can I get that ring?
Show me that ring.
Can I get that ring?
And it's about this time that I noticed that this was not a teenager girl. This was some sort of a spirit demon.
Yeah, I just really wanted this ring.
And apparently, if the spirit touches the ring, then it loses some of its effectiveness. So anyway, the cleansing ritual is interrupted. It doesn't happen. And then O'Doyle, I forget whoever the hell it is.
It's not O'Doyle.
It doesn't matter.
It's called the O'Doyle family.
It might be. The O'Doyles come in,
It's Bo.
Was it Bo?
Bo.
Oh, it's Bo. That's right. Okay. Bo O'Doyle.
Bo Doyle.
Bo Doyle comes in, and he's all
Bo
like,
Doyle.
"What are you doing?" And they're like,
It's like, what are you doing on my? Because the makeout spot is on the Corey and Angela's land.
"Yeah."
So the public makeout spot is actually on private land.
And they're like,
Bo's out there playing paintball.
with night vision goggles.
It's legit. Wouldn't you do that?
I mean, of course.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
That'd be fun as hell.
But Corey's now like squaring off against him, being like, "You did this," and then Bo's all like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I've never seen."
I might be a
this.
racist piece of shit, but I've never.
I'm
done
not
that.
a rapist piece of shit. I ain't doing that. And that one girl who said I did it, she took it back. She admitted she lied.
Yeah, she admitted it. Now it's important to point out here, Bo's a lot bigger than Corey, but Corey took some judo, I think.
Oh, he took some, might even be like taekwondo or something. Yeah, he's got some kicks, and so it goes down.
He throws his best one.
He throws his best one, and you know what? And that was the moment I knew my
done
ass was
fucked
gonna
up.
get beat. I done fucked up.
My name is Earl. He kicks him right in the gut, and Bo's like, but he's like, but he didn't fall or nothing.
Nope.
Like barely
And
took
you're
a
like,
step back.
"Uh-oh."
He beats Corey's ass
And is it
down.
this opportunity that I had option A? Is it take the claw to the face? Or B,
Or B,
dodge and then
dodge
go
and
into his...
counter with a back roundhouse kick. Should have gone with B. Oh god! So Corey gets pinned under Bo's weight, and he's like, Bo's adamant. I didn't touch Becca. Well, he doesn't know her name. He's like, I didn't touch your girl. I wouldn't want to touch any girl that's even been with you. Like, there's that racism kicking in. But hey,
I think that's just
that logic
respect,
tracks.
actually.
Respect, And then he gets up and starts walking away, and then I think Becca comes back out and is like, no, he did it. He did it. And Corey, like, still has the book or whatever, and he's like, oh, look, I'm gonna drag you down into the fucking sand pits of Dune, and I'm gonna, you made me real mad. I'm casting magic at you, and he goes
He
like,
said
"Yeah,
magic
cast hands,
missile."
spirit fingers, and it works. And Corey's like, oh shit. He starts getting dragged down into the earth, and Sean and Corey are both like, oh no. So they're trying to pull him back out. They can't pull him out. Becca's gone. She just left.
She's like,
And
dip,
now-
dip, 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 dip.
Yep. Peace. Bo's dead in the earth.
Well, we don't know he's dead.
Oh, he dead. And Corey and Sean are like,
Let's dig
Well-
him up. We can dig him up. He'd be fine. Let's just dig him up.
it's dig quick. That's not good. They gotta go home.
They gotta go home, but it's okay. They
gotta
can
go home.
try again, maybe tomorrow. They're like, okay, we'll have to do this tomorrow. Then we'll try it again tomorrow. But tomorrow's July 4th, and doesn't go out that way because the spirits already got him.
So the spirits basically tell him that no, we're out. You could have been with me. Like Becca is in the basement. When he goes down the basement, let's see. Corey tells his mom about the ring, gives her the ring. So now he no longer has like the protection from the ring.
Right.
So Angela's all happy because she got the ring back. She doesn't care really how it happened, but she's like, you know what? Everything started going wrong in our lives when this ring went missing. We got it back. Everything's gonna be good now. Corey, I'm gonna take care of you. Take care of you. He's still got the stomach pains. They're worse now. Is he hearing things?
He's hearing and seeing things.
Hearing and seeing things.
So, yeah, because
Goes-
what kind of how this works is once the Baka is taking you over, it's giving you kind of like visions of what it wants you to do, and then you end up doing them, but not exactly how you see it happening. Because this is going to happen with Tariq when we start talking about him
Quite
a
a
little
bit.
later. Right, yeah, when we get into his possession. But so he's in the basement, and he's all horned up again. But now he's seeing visions of him with the gun going upstairs and
Killing
his mom first, right? Starting shooting people. And it's
Yeah, the Becca.
Oh, he was gonna shoot Miles first.
Yeah, that piece of shit in there trying to break up your family. And you know what? Your mother's always on your ass too. She doesn't understand. You should just kill her too.
Yep.
And this is the thing that is too far for Corey, because he's actually started to actually feel a connection with his mother. He's like, why do I want to snap at my mom all the time? That ain't right. Like, why do I want to, like, I should stop being like that. A little bit of that is hinted now. We get some of that more in the future alternative timeline as well, if I recall. It's more prominent in that.
Right.
But he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Now the whole I'm gonna take care of you thing, when he says that, I think that's the Baka already saying like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna make your life
it
hell.
is. Yeah.
100%.
That's 100%. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. So, like, what are some other examples that we've seen? Like, would you say the whole setup for Smile is very, very similar?
I was getting Smile vibes for this throughout the
I
whole
got
thing.
Smile vibes and Stephen King's The Outsider.
That's what was good. I wouldn't say Fallen just from the way, because it's not like inhabiting the body in a way to where like it has direct control. It's more of just a manipulative thing. Maybe My Best Friend's Exorcism a little bit, but no, it's good. I like that. So Corey is like, he's got the gun, and it's literally his father's gun in the basement, which shouldn't be there. But as we know, with the magic of the Baka, because the Baka is the one who granted the wish that did the magic. Because really, their magic isn't really magic that they're doing; it's magic that they're asking for one of the gods to do for them.
Right.
It's kind of my takeaway here.
Yes.
So the Baka's, shown they can just get missing things. So the gun shows up. So it's clearly been inside their heads already and knows about the gun and what this is going to do to Angela. So Corey's like, you know what? Fuck you, Becca. Now, Becca, the Baka, and Becca still tries to seduce him, shifts into another girl's body that he had a crush on back in his school, right?
Yeah, she's basically like, which one you want? Which body you prefer? I can be anything you want me to be. I just need you to kill your mom.
You can become anything I want.
I can be anything. You want giraffe? I don't judge.
You be Sean?
No. Can you turn into a car? Turn me into a dragon?
The deal is off. I don't do none of this kinky dragon shit. I messed up, but you are messed up.
So, right. I'm okay with the Baka being young. Do I want to say now? Whatever. I'm okay with the Baka being who the Becca is because of there was direct interaction with that. Like, it's actually been in that person before. But the fact that, but it can shapeshift to anyone.
Now,
so then,
well, I mean, it's just an illusion,
right? It maybe not actually shift. So it's Becca because that's who Sean and Corey have seen. I wonder if Sean was in this room at this time, would he see Becca changing into another form, or is that only because the Baka is also now in Corey at this time and has access to his memories?
My question isn't why in this particular instance in the basement, or like why when they're two together. I'm saying, why is it this person at all when it could have been anyone? Why choose that form to show themselves?
So it's for the long game.
It's Sean.
Oh, I thought it was because this is the last person that got possessed.
But it's not.
In this timeline.
It's not.
Up till now it is.
It's still not. No, it's not.
Who?
Angela's mom.
Angela's mom.
That's true. It goes from the
Angela's mom was battling it the whole time and eventually killed
gets
herself.
possessed immediately after.
But would you want to be that trying to seduce your?
Well, I'm just trying to I think it's just one of those things where
Sure.
It's where I'm assuming there's a set rule, but they never specifically say there was. But then we do this, and I'm like, okay, so there wasn't a set rule. So then, what's the game for choosing this person that neither one of these boys would recognize, but eventually Miles recognizes?
Right.
Now that is
I think that's why, because it's the long game.
But it's insane though. They could have changed to that person in the future just for Miles' sake.
But it's also for us.
It's crazy. I'm just trying to, as with anything like this, I'm trying to figure out what are the fucking rules. I'm reading the whole book.
He's reading the whole book. That's good.
Yeah, I'm reading the whole book. Okay,
that's good.
So what's Corey do? He's like, you want me to go kill my mom? I got you, fam. Watch this.
Pop, crack, roll.
Corey's dead. Corey shot himself rather than be used by the spirit of the Baka, because he knows the Baka is wearing on him. It is slowly getting him, like, without, him being able to stop it. So he's just like, nah, I'm going to protect my family and I'm going to pay for what I did wrong and I'm just going to off myself. So that's what happened with Corey back in the day. So we can leave that alone now.
I think it was maybe chapter 2 or chapter 3 that I started going, okay, we're following Angela. We know what's up with her. And then I'm like, wait, wasn't there a dad? What happened to Tariq?
Tariq's back in Oakland, so he's trying to move on with his life too. He knows the gun couldn't have been there. He's taken in his nephew, who is a prospective football player. He's a rookie with the Raiders. So he's kind of taken him into his house because I guess he worked for the organization anyway. And so that's kind of, he's filled in for Corey's role. He kind of has another young, person around that I guess kind of helps him with that. But he's still leaving messages for Angela, trying, he keeps extending that olive branch, even though the last time he's seen her, she literally was throwing chairs at him at a funeral for his son. He's having stomach pains. He used to have an issue with drugs,
but now he just reads
to try to make the stomach pain go away. He used to have a temper, but that seems to be coming back.
Oh, he still does.
He can also kind of see the future now too.
Well, so here's what's happening,
which is
right?
fun.
Yeah, kind of.
Tyreek, so he's going to doctors repeatedly. They can't find anything. He's getting pissed at these. So he literally is threatening this doctor. He's getting in his face because he's trying to tell him you need to go seek some mental help. It doesn't like that. This stomach pain might be all in your head from trauma, from PTSD, even this whole your son died. He hates that idea. Won't accept that at all, which is crazy. But those were the days, I guess. I don't know. He kind of acts as the chaperone for his son, or not his son, for his nephew. He goes to this bar, which his nephew usually doesn't, because his nephew had a drinking problem or a drug problem in college. I think it was a drinking problem, and he's cleaned up and he wants to stay away from that. So the part of the reason he doesn't normally go hang out with the rest of the team is because he's trying to avoid those things and just not get caught up in that again. But as a result, it makes him seem like a fuddy-duddy to the rest of the team. So they actually go out. Tyreek goes with them. Some guy approaches him in the bar, some drunk-ass dude, saying oh man, you were great in college, but you kind of suck now. What's up? What's up? And his nephew, which I forget his name. What was the nephew's name?
Deshaun.
Deshaun's you must not have watched the game, because Deshaun, he's a running back, but he threw a touchdown pass. He had some great runs. He played a good game, man. He's a rookie. That wasn't expected to do much anyway. And Tyreek takes major offense to this guy even being near him. So Tyreek, knocks him out? Beats him down?
I think it's just, so in his vision, he sees himself going over there, seeing all this playing out, and then just beating the shit out of him. What actually happens, I think it just ends maybe with a punch or a shove, and then that's it.
A shove. And it seems like the shove is a little more than what the situation calls for. Now also, this is important, as they were entering the club, there was a very, very young teenage girl out there soliciting,
y'all football
sex.
Players.
Yeah, it's oh no, honey child, go home.
But Tariq says, nah, baby, get lost.
What are you doing out here? Get home.
Hey,
Tyreek's
baby.
A baby. He said, get out of here, babies.
He definitely didn't say
meet me in the.
There's 2 more holes.
Meet me in the car later, babies. No, well,
definitely didn't say.
I have it written down somewhere.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell
That is
of
what
a
I
drug.
said too, Daniel. Cocaine, it's a hell of a drug.
Because a hell of a spirit. Hell of a spirit. So Tyreek, he's not happy with the way his temper goes, but he also starts to justify, no, man, he deserved it, deserved that push, blah, blah, blah. He goes back home, in his eyes is what he thinks happened. He goes back home, reads his books. I think he starts thinking about his van.
So it's at the doctor. He's thinking about his van, and this is also making him square off and get very super aggressive towards the doctor. And he's liking that he can see the fear that he's instilling in the doctor.
Intimidating the doctor.
That's getting him off. So, but then he goes to the bookstore to meet he meets Brother Paul. And Brother Paul has given him a book on herbs that Tariq has already forgotten about. And I'm oh shit. The demon's in him.
Ooh, yeah.
The demon's been in him for 2 years.
Brother Paul says the same.
Just slowly chiseling away.
Says he's Tyreek, brother Tyreek, I can smell it on you. I know you've been dealing with these things. I can smell it. No doctor is going to tell you what it is. Read my book. Subscribe. $9.99 a month.
Click the button for
6 months.
Call me on this 900 number.
Call me now.
I'm Brother Paul's sister,
And
Miss
Brother
Cleo.
Paul's sister, Miss Cleo. Oh, Tyreek. The spirits are telling me you had a family tragedy in the past.
How did you do that?
I Googled it.
Somewhere along the way, you've had a family member die in your family tree.
member died. You've had someone you known.
Ken,
or know
No,
about,
the spirits
or
are
we're
telling
related
me
to.
it's your grandpa.
Can you also smell the stricken on me?
Not over
You're
the
stricken.
phone, no.
Oh,
The technology isn't there
Brother
yet.
Paul can. He says I'm stricken. I don't know what the hell that means. I think it just means I smell like charred garbage left out in the
And
rain.
you know what? I don't like what I don't understand. Brother Paul, I already told you, you better step off.
Little bit of homophobia here.
There's a lot of bit of homophobia there, and I think that's part of the why Corey didn't want to get with Sean, because he knew his dad was homophobic.
Could be because, well, it's the Bacall because Brother Paul's
the
like
Bacall is the homophobic one.
That's
Probably.
whenever my bigotry comes out, I always blame it on the
I
Bacall,
usually blame
too.
it on
Yeah.
my the what is it, my sleepy time pills. They usually
Your Ambien.
my Ambien
yeah.
usually brings out my
But
racism.
if you rearrange the letters of Ambien,
What do you get?
it spells
I moan.
Bacall.
Oh,
I
I moan Bacall.
God damn it, we're done. I love pecan pie.
Pretty good.
Ah.
Brother Paul was going to help Tariq. He said, "Come with me. I will help you." And Tariq wants to say yes, but the words that come out of his mouth are another time.
The words that come out of his mouth are Bacall.
Or it's Bacall.
Now that was his moment.
And that's
He could
no, it's too late.
Saved.
It's too late. He doesn't have control of his actions at this point. Also, he smells like Oscar the Grouch, so he ain't good.
I appreciate that Tyreek got a little bit of respect for the crap he went through towards the end of the book.
So he's had this. He's farther away from the land, which is helping. But like the book, it says
he's connected to it.
you've been fighting a
because his band is
2-year
still there.
battle that you didn't know for your
Right.
soul, and this is just the day you lost.
There's
But up
people
till
that
then, you've been
lost
fighting
day
it.
one.
Yeah, because Grandma Marie is like even saying like, or was it Angie or was it Grandma Marie?
It's Grandma Marie's
talking
like
to him?
you fought a
it's
really
like,
hard fucking
you were
battle.
A hell of a man. Yeah. Like I was like, you know what? You're right. Like Tyreek may have had some issues as a husband and stuff like that before this, like the whole arguments about the gun with Angie and whatnot. Like, yeah, and then he may have had a side piece. Definitely had a side piece and all that jazz. But
Would you say he had a slam pig?
No,
he definitely had a. That's more romantic than that. You don't let a slam pig hold your gun.
I mean, I would get romantic with a slam pig. You put fucking makeup on that thing?
I
Maybe
think
some
it's
eyeshadow?
elevated above
Maybe a wig?
maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
maybe
it's a boy pig.
I mean, yeah, maybe you put some little booties on its hooves. Who's to say?
Oh hell yeah!
Maybe you dress it up
Hell
like
yeah.
a car? I don't know.
A little bow on its tail.
Every-
You dress it up as a
protected
car. I'm sorry.
Oh
what?
my god, it
I
had a
love-
bow on its tail. What do you expect me to do?
What officer? I could. Do you see this bow?
What do you want me to do?
I love that the only reason the Bacall can get to Tyreek is because his van was left on the property.
Right.
That's its link. That's its lifeline to Tyreek. So if he had just driven away out of there,
He should have driven angry, and it would have been okay.
it'd been
Well,
great.
it
It'd been
would have
fine.
been harder. Maybe he lasts 3 years.
I don't think it would have got to him because it literally says it's only able to get you because this part of you is here, this van.
Right. Yeah.
Which became the new like druggy, fuck van. No longer is there just the spot. Now we got the spot and a van.
Upgrade.
Upgrades.
We're back at the apartment, and we find out that Deshaun is pissed at Tariq for some reason, and Tariq doesn't know what's going on. And
He seems maybe pushing that guy.
he's like, but why would you be upset about that? And he's like, that's not what I'm upset about, Uncle Tariq. And he's like, what? He's like, you shouldn't have done that with the girl.
Yeah, and I've worked hard to get clean. Shouldn't have offered me those drugs either. Basically relays to him the story of, what did he tell him that he did?
Okay. No, Daniel.
Damn,
Go.
tell us, buddy.
He got a blowjob from the girl, a forceful blowjob from the girl.
He's a head pusher.
He's a head pusher, and we don't like head pushers.
We don't like head pushers.
And as the football guys were leaving, they noticed him in the car. This is happening, and he's like, "Yo, you guys want some drugs?" And he's like, "Also, well, if you don't want drugs, she got 2 other holes." So
That's when the girl's like, "Oh no,
We could stretch her out if we have to.
we could stretch her out if we have to.
Oh my God, Uncle Tyreek, no."
Which is
and multiple people will vouch for this story happening. Tyreek doesn't remember it fucking happening.
Well, so
he remembers later.
he remembers later, and now
Later
he's
he
getting
does.
angry because the words Deshaun uses, how Deshaun describes it, the overall picture is correct, but there's just little details that are wrong. And that's what Tariq's latching onto, like, well, that's a lie, because I didn't say it exactly that way. I said it slightly different. Like, I said, she's got room for 3. I didn't say all 3 of us could fit in the car. I said she's got room for 3, so you're lying. You're lying, Deshaun.
Yeah, so you are lying. I'm right.
You're right.
You are lying. Like, I assume a tussle happens and Deshaun leaves.
So at this point, Deshaun's saying he's gonna go, and Tariq's like, yeah, you should go. And Tariq's stomach is hurting, and then he's starting to remember, or Tariq is now imagining killing Deshaun.
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, you need to go. You need to go right now. And then Tariq's like, oh shit, I've been fighting a whole battle since that last 4th of July party. And then Tariq blinks, and that's it.
And Deshaun's gone. I think the TV's
That's
broken.
where you get the sentence that the man that was unbecoming Tyreek or something like that.
Something really cool, yeah.
It'd be really cool if you knew what that line
It'd be really cool if I knew that line.
It'd be really cool if you knew
So,
it.
but now we've got like so before in this story, we've had like spookums happening around the good house, but we don't actually have a spiritual agent that can wreak havoc. But now we do.
Well, it's the husband from It.
Yes, similar.
Yeah, he's driven to go to the place that he has been there,
And it's
he'd never been to
the deputy guy from The Outsider.
You know, King likes what he likes. Okay, he writes what he writes. Damn it, and it's damn good. So he's going to be our physical aid, because the Baka can't affect everyone.
Right. It can't really
right now.
travel around. It has to be in a person to travel to do things.
You guys, like, it's the same, but like, you also like remember that time that Pennywise was in the moon and Henry Bowers was down there, and he goes, Henry Bowers,
And he went, huh?
Sup, dog?
What's up, Moon?
What's up, dog?
So it can do like limited like physical things, but for like big physical, you need an
avatar, right?
A golem. So okay, he's getting set up with that. Naomi, she's still freaking out about Onyx, but she's got to get to a shoot. So Angie and Miles lied to her and said, no, for sure, we're gonna keep looking for your dog, even though they think the dog's dead.
Well, no, they told her it was
shoot.
dead.
Later, after she goes
later,
back.
after she was already in on the shoot. So she goes back to like Canada or somewhere for the shoot. She's stressed out because the dog is probably still missing or hurt, and then she finds out that it's dead. But then she's thinking, why would she lie to me? Oh, because she wants this payday. She's just doing her job. Don't become friends with your business partners. Yada yada yada. So she's getting mad at Angie, but then she gets a call in her hotel room that her brother is there.
I don't even have a brother.
No,
That's what I was expecting.
She does have a brother.
But I was expecting her to open the door and be like, wait, I don't have a brother.
That would have been funnier. And the directors are like, oh, I'm sorry I made you come back, because he wouldn't hold the movie for her. Like, no, we got to do this now. It was the first time big budget director. And all of a sudden, Tyreek's walking down the hall, and she's like thinking, wait, that's not my brother. But then he's got Onyx.
But that's my dog.
And that's my dog. So it's like, wait a minute, Onyx isn't dead?
Come pet your dog.
Also, how did... Can I pet that dog? now it's like, wait, how did Tyreek know to find Naomi there? Interesting. What's going on here? And then Naomi's in there, and she's like, wait a minute. The last I talked to Angie about her estranged ex-husband, this was not good. So it doesn't make sense that they'd magically be, like, happy together and like, oh yeah, I'll just run this dog all the way up here for you, Angie, no problem. This seems odd. And she's the news is on, and she gets distracted by what happened on the news. Is it
the mayor that
Oh,
she met?
So Art may have
Yes,
tortilla'd his child,
after
but that's a
submerging.
separate line we'll
Give him a
follow
soak.
after this. But yeah,
that's oh god. So anyway, she sees something that freaks her out about Sacagawea, the town, not the person. Lots of horror stories about the real Sacagawea. Apparently, she's a piece of shit. I completely made that up. I apologize. I got nothing to support that. But So she's like, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I gotta call
Frodo and
Angie.
Sam wouldn't have gotten far without Sacagawea.
I mean, this is true. Everyone knows that. Everyone. Tyreek comes in there and knocks her ass out.
Well,
No.
kind of. So Tariq is in here and he's kind of like explaining the situation. So after the director leaves, right? And the book says,
Yeah.
"We never thought this would be the last time, anyone else would see Naomi alive." And I'm like, "Oh shit." But okay, so this is happening like a little bit after halfway through the book. And at this point I was coming up with predictions because I was wondering, all right, who do I think is going to survive this? How does this end? How does it resolve? And I thought the Baka Tariq will contact Naomi about Onyx, and she will somehow he needs her to get back to Sacagawea, and then she'll get murdered. I'm like, Miles is gonna die. I thought we find out that Miles's dad had got shot during a robbery, and so I thought Miles was gonna die similar to that. I thought we were gonna have to sacrifice Ma Fisher somehow, because we find out that she is Becca from when she was possessed. I thought
She was the kid from the beginning, yes.
I thought that the Sheriff Rob was, because Angela tells us a story about how Rob had to shoot a guy who had a knife on like a camper, and Rob is ex-military, now law enforcement, and he just like one shots him right in the head.
Yeah, too
just
easy.
drops him. So I thought the spirits are gonna get him to kill someone in this town. I was wrong on who the spirits were gonna get to kill in this town. And then I thought Sean was going to end up being murdered by the Baka because he gave some more information to Angela saying how we were trying to do a ritual, all that stuff, and that some kind of sacrifice would be needed to go down in the clearing of the woods, and that the good house at the end of this was just going to burn down.
But the horny house would be okay, though, right?
The horny house
Yeah, the horny house
is
would be fine.
thriving. That house is so hot now.